forced into this detox, which is something that I already wanted and I had kind of already thought of. And now the detox has found me. Do you see her? Oh my god, she's huge. So let me explain. My situation is that I came back to Montreal after being in the US for a while. I had to quarantine, but I had to reactivate my internet. However, the internet service did not actually launch until today. And so now they're saying that it'll take another 10 to 15 days to get the internet set up. And I only have 2 gigs of data just because I didn't think I would need it considering I was going to be in quarantine. Now I only have 1 gig of data left to spread out these 10 to 15 days. So I'm going to do my best to read. I can do like an actual retreat for myself specifically. Let's get this. And plus, now that I'm in quarantine, I can do like a full body workout instead of just, you know, slacking and like doing workouts inconsistently. I'm gonna really try to finish quarantine, add on some extra booty, and add on some extra lines on the belly, hopefully. We'll see. Ah! I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm really excited. Okay. One thing I miss the most is listening to music. It's not really social media. It's just being able to dance and sing with, you know, my favorite songs from the radio or whatnot. Now that I'm talking to a camera, it's like one of my only times I'm really talking out loud. The rest of the day, I usually spend very quietly, just attentive, just listening to everyone, or listening to the birds, or cooking or cleaning. It's one of the first few times that I really sit down and I talk. First of all, I'm still settling in, but for sure it's a retreat within itself. So I'm gonna enjoy this quarantine. I'm gonna enjoy this isolation. So my plan is to read as much as possible today. I'm going to try to do a little bit of workout. I haven't worked out in 3 days since I was in Michigan. I'm probably gonna do like a face mask too. Try to do a natural remedy for this acne. It's not gonna heal in 1 day whatsoever. After today or tomorrow, I'm sure that my addiction to screening like TV and social media will be over, hopefully. Now I'm making a little salad. That's kale, I've just massaged it. And now I'm gonna put some nuts. Let's see. Make it diverse. Yummy, let's put all of these in. Ooh. And then some nutritional yeast. Take that out all over there, yes. Apple cider vinegar, just a tad. It's just olive oil, dumping the rest that I have left. It's like very little. Oh no, I'm already out. So this is what it's looking like. Let's test this. No, it's good. It's perfect. It's actually like, I wouldn't put anything else in there. It's good. I'm gonna have a good dinner. See you guys. I want to quickly say that whatever you're eating manifests into your future. So be very present with what you're putting in your body. Make sure that you make it with love, because even the energy that you have when you eat your food says a lot and does a lot and really affects the results. So be very cautious. Be so grateful for the food, because I can't even imagine cultivating every single ingredient in my meals like from scratch. Food is magic. It's like you're putting magic potions in your body, and you should be very picky about what you put inside. I hope to attempt to make a pesto pasta. I'm attempting to make the pesto with just basil, broccoli, butter, salt, pepper, and we'll see what else I can add in there to make it taste better. But other than that, I'm going to reheat some beans. I'm going to eat some of the lettuce, the salad that I made yesterday. I'm going to add a bit of avocado in there, and then just like on the side, celery and carrots. And as you see, I've already showered. Today I spent a lot of the day reading, cleaning, not making as much food. I made French toast, but without a doubt today I've noticed a change in the way that I'm thinking, and I'm trying to take advantage of this as much as possible. And what I mean by that is I am taking time to reflect inwards, and I notice today how my mind is just so full of everything. Like, I'm constantly thinking of a million things at once, and it's proven that when you do the most boring things like taking a shower, going for a walk, it's when you get the most ideas, when you're able to brainstorm the most, when things that you never would have thought of before, like inventions, just pop up in your head. I've realized that when I was constantly watching TV or socializing or just being an extrovert, I am filling my energy with like a million things at once. And right now that I'm doing nothing, I'm finding ways to quiet my mind by meditating, and the fact that I have nothing else to do. I notice when I'm like trying to do a certain thing, like make dinner for example, and my mind is just thinking completely far away from that, like thinking of, I don't know, cleaning instead. And so then I leave my stuff halfway in and I start doing something else, and I notice right away how my mind is just going crazy. Like, I have to tell my mind, like, shut up, do one thing at a time. That's my lesson for today. And before I did the quarantine, I felt very overstimulated for sure. I felt stressed. I felt nervous. I didn't feel very spiritual. I felt like my channels, my chakras were kind of closed. And this is only my 4th day in isolation, but I feel like I'm starting to regain the spirituality that I had maybe a year or 2 ago, and addressing my issues from the root, being more spiritual, being simple-minded, and enjoying simplicity, which for me is very hard. I always like to think of things as very complex, and I always try to do like a million things at once. But right now, today, I'm learning that simplicity is beautiful and learning how to deal with simplicity. It's almost like I'm relearning from a kid's perspective. I'm finally reading books and I'm actually visualizing them in my head, which I've always had a hard time with in the last few years. But I'm imagining them like I'm watching them in a movie, and I actually am feeling like an emotional attachment to the characters in the books. Yeah, this is happy and unique. I'm glowing. Last night was a full moon. I didn't get to film my full moon ceremony, but I did a little release and manifest list, and I burned it and I spoke it out to the universe, and I felt this little change within me that I hadn't felt in quite a few months, and it got me really excited for what's next in this year, other than 2020 has already been so crazy, but just getting excited for the positive things coming in life and the negative, because I'm sure that the negative has a lot to teach me. I try to look at emotions almost like as if they're people, letting them be like clouds as well, and not something that you're attached to. It's just something that's in the moment. Since I've lived in this specific apartment here, I've had homeless people, just crazy people, hang out in the back of my apartment, just below my balcony. Almost every day or every week I find stuff on the stairs. Today I found a cup of tea from Starbucks on the stairs, and I was outside the whole day, so they were sitting on the steps while I was outside as well, and it just freaks me the hell out. And so finally I'm making a sign to make people understand that they cannot be there, that it's private property, and I hope that it works, and I hope that like these crazy people stay off. Because today, right before making this sign, I was cleaning my balcony and I thought, you know what, I need to finally clean the very bottom downstairs, and all the trash of the city just accumulates there, and it's disgusting. And I found lots of like syringes. I found tiny bags where I'm sure they put like their drugs in. So much trash, and it was just absolutely disgusting. Of course I didn't touch any of it. I had a bag and I had tweezers to like pick everything up, and I had a mask on. These people clearly go there like right under my balcony to do drugs, because it's like one of the darkest spots in the neighborhood, I imagine, like on the street. So they like to hide underneath my apartment. And to me, that's terrifying as a girl, as a young girl, you know that there's people hanging out right outside my apartment. That freaks me out. So I hope that the sign helps. I'm gonna go put it out right now too. And I'll show you a little bit of what I cleaned, but let's hope that works. I'm gonna show you the signs right now. It's gonna get a little loud, so just bear with me. I actually found them really funny while I was making them. I hope you do too. So look, this is my first sign right there, stay away. And then the other sign, which I can't really say all the words, but it's a bad word for sure, right there. Hopefully people stay the hell away from my apartment and it becomes a safer place. So that is a great example if you have always lived a privileged life as a male. Doesn't matter what race you are, but just as a woman, it's so unsafe and feels so unsettling to have experiences like that on a daily basis. You're not alone. I feel you. And I'm working every day to feel a little safer around here. Not exactly the best feeling in the world. I woke up really hungry. I barely ate yesterday because I was just so entertained with cleaning, weirdly enough. And now I'm just waiting for food delivery to arrive. I've been so hungry. Like, look, I'm starving. I have like the weirdest ingredients in my refrigerator that like do not mix. And so I'm really hoping that this delivery person arrives soon. And I actually thought that they weren't going to arrive. I was so terrified because it's almost 1 and the latest they deliver is 1. So I called them recently just before making this video. Turns out they went to the wrong apartment. So now I think they're arriving soon and I'm so excited I can have food again. But I'm going to tackle my day in a different approach today. I'm going to try to make it very health conscious. I'm going to try to do exercise today. I'm going to try to do yoga. As you can tell, I have like deep eye circles. I think my body is still trying to get used to quarantine as well, and like jet lag and whatnot. I think my body's just really sensitive. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the food deliveries and I'll give you an update then. Bonjour. Merci. Yay! My groceries have arrived! So what do we have here? We have chips, bagels, sushi, stuff. Okay. Noodles. Okay, I'm so excited! Oh my gosh! I have food now! So I had just started doing yoga right when the delivery man arrived, but I am way too hungry to do more yoga, so I'm gonna go eat. See you guys! So now that I'm finally cooking my food, I am putting every single piece of plastic and recycling in its place. I focused on being more eco-friendly during this time. I've realized that I have to do more than just put things in the trash and the compost and recycling. For example, the fish that I'm cooking was in this plastic, and to have like a healthy trash, you need to clean the plastic entirely with soap, make sure that there's no food residue in it before putting it in the trash. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm loving that I'm being more eco-friendly. Like, I didn't think that you could be more eco-conscious. Like, I think that's amazing. I've even started taking candles that I have around the house that are just not useful anymore, and I separate the wax from the metal itself so that I can make a new candle eventually with all the extra wax that was left in each candle. I melted all the wax that I had in each candle. I put it all together, and look how much wax came out. Like, this is just half of it. I melted it and then I froze it, and I hope to make my own candle eventually with all the excess wax. But these are little things that we don't think about. We just throw it away, but we can make our own stuff, you know? Like, we are so intelligent as humans that I think it's obnoxious that we don't take the time to make a better planet when, you know, we all grow up saying, oh, I want the planet to be better, and then end up doing the opposite. This is our chance. These are little tips that you can take from me that will make you feel better about what you're contributing to the planet. I found four different people sitting on my stairs below my balcony. I hate, like, this is my first time living in a city this big, and I'm finally understanding how freaking annoying it is to have people like that, like how normal it is to have people like that around the city, and the fact that I just have to get used to it, but I won't accept it. I'm going to try my best to get them away because it's really unsettling as a woman and on my own. Just, I don't want that type of stuff, like people around my apartment, so I'm gonna take a look. Keep an eye out for them. But yeah, that's the big adventure of my day so far. I'm actually quite enjoying quarantine. I feel like I'm able to push things aside and just, you know, work on them later, and I didn't realize how much I just want to be alone and like not want to like socialize sometimes, and it feels good to not have to, that I have this amazing and reasonable excuse, being able to be on my own. And I feel like naturally our emotions manifest into our bodies, whether it's positive or negative or in between. Our bodies hold on to a lot of tension, and so during this time I've been able to mindfully and consciously release those tensions. For example, I woke up this morning and I felt really tense in my stomach, and I think it was because of what I ate the day before, or just emotions of like being nervous of not being awake when the delivery arrives. And I did a little like stomach meditation, and I would notice how my stress would go away. I think that a lot of it can show up in the way that I talk. I think that if you look back at the first videos of quarantine, I'm sure that I am expressing myself a little differently because I feel either like I feel nervous or anxious or whatever without realizing it and without having that much of an outlet to let go of it. I've noticed during this time that I am a very sensitive person. I'm starting to understand that within myself during this time of reflection, and I think that is very powerful that I'm able to understand that finally. And for sure it makes me think of everything that I want to succeed in life. Like for example, yesterday I was thinking about what I really want in life and noticing the differences in what I wanted. For example, in the past I've wanted to be, I don't know, rich or traveling all the time. And the reality is I already had everything I needed to feel that way. It's all about the mindset you have. So I've always said, oh, I want to be a yoga teacher. I already am a yoga teacher, so I've already achieved it. But the whole point is becoming an exquisite teacher. I think it's I don't know if it's adjectives or verbs. I'm really bad with grammar, but I think the whole point is specifying exactly what you want in your life to achieve it. And I know I'm blabbering a little bit, it's kind of random, but this is stuff that I think about in quarantine, and it's stuff that I'm starting to see clearly now that I don't have like all the other stimulators and distractors in the way. Anything is possible if you set your mind to it, and if you think you can't achieve it, go in isolation, baby. And as you can see, I'm starting to glow a little bit. My skin is being a lot happier, I think, and I still have problems on this side, but I think it's very internal. So the more I eat healthy, organic, fresh, the more it'll go away. But for sure, I am feeling a difference in my energy. I am noticing when I eat sugar, I definitely don't feel my best the next day, and I notice how lactose definitely hurts my skin, and that is what I'm trying to stay away from the most. But it's impossible because I love putting cheese on like pasta. For example, it's a happy day for both body, mind, and spirit. Well, not both, all three. And my dinner was so beautiful. I noticed so many things on just a few minutes of eating outside. I was chewing my food so consciously, trying to eat it the right way instead of just being so burdened with things on my mind and just swallowing things whole. I really took time to chew everything carefully, and then I started to notice the birds in the tree in front of my balcony, and I was just in awe at how fluffy and beautiful and cute they looked. And then I started to notice that there was singing going on, and I actually have no idea who it was. But she was singing so loudly and proudly, and it was just so beautiful. Like, she has no idea that I was an audience. Like, she had an audience. I would notice every single person that would come out of their balcony, and I would see they would all look down at me and then like do their own things. But it was beautiful to like be still while eating and being very, very conscious of my surroundings and realizing how much of community surrounds me. Even though I might feel alone in this little apartment, and I don't even feel alone, it's just that I am alone. I'm like, there's no other people around me really in the apartment. But as a whole, in the whole neighborhood, this one block, there's just so many people. It was just something that I don't normally focus on, and a really beautiful reminder. So it's been quite a while since I last updated my quarantine days, and as you can see, it's very hot today, so there's no point in wearing actual clothes. Although this is my normal gear, my normal outfit. I woke up to, I know I have really puffy eyes this morning, but I woke up to something really crazy today. I was opening my window curtains, as you see, and I look outside and I see this cat sleeping on my balcony. And this cat always comes to hang out with me, and I've named her Neo. She's actually looking at me right now. So you can see her right there. She's all fat and scruffy, oh my goodness. But she was laying like right there, and so I tried to come out the door to go outside, and guess what I see? I don't want to surprise it, but let's hope nothing happens. Do you see her? Oh my god, she's huge. And then we have Neo on this side, and I'm just so terrified that Neo's gonna be bitten by her. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. Neo, what are we gonna do? Should we just leave her? Yeah? I've never seen a raccoon that big in my entire life. Holy crap. Day 13. I've just done my yoga practice today. I was sweating so much, and as I was practicing my yoga, I got a call saying that my internet was back on, and I'm so freaking excited. You have no idea. I like was screaming and jumping up and down when I found out, and so I'm just like taking that all in. And but at the same time, I don't feel the need to watch a movie or go crazy with internet right away, although I will put a little video out there on Instagram just to say that I'm back online. But this is really good news. My Wi-Fi is back on. I'm about to make a homemade curry from scratch for the first time ever. Life is really good.